What's up, everyone? I finally have the triple Commander Tano Zeta. Was missing the Xian one, which is easily the most important one for the raid, which means I can finally start doing some real Master Kenobi Commander Tano raid content. Now, to me, from the moment that Commander Tano was announced, we were doing the kid math well before we were ever going to get her in game. I had a very strong belief that I think Commander Tano with Master Kenobi will easily become the new default raid team if we're talking specifically only about time. Because time is, Supreme Leader Kylo's one thing is very straightforward to play, and he will always get the job done. But I think a lot of us would agree we're pretty bored of playing Kylo in the Sith raid, as well as it could just take a while, right? And if we have an option that feels a little bit more fun to play and can also get the job done more quickly, then to me that feels like a no-brainer, right? To each their own, but this to me felt like the ultimate end game, aside from getting simming, but we'll cross that bridge when CG gets there, right? So Scrybe put out a video recently with the JTR Wat team. I don't think that will necessarily be the fastest team, but there is one benefit that we'll talk about here in phase 3, which is dealing with the isolate. So when talking about Master Kenobi with Commander Tano, there are two main obstacles you need to tackle, which is Enrage, as well as dealing with the phase 3 isolate. Phase 2, phase 4, even before Commander Tano came out, were an absolute cakewalk for Master Kenobi, but pre-Commander Tano, those were the two spots where a run could really go sour, right? You can't handle phase 1 Enrage, which Commander Tano kind of solves that whole Enrage issue, as well as not really being able to control who did and didn't get isolate, right? You could run Shaak Ti, you could put Master Kenobi into stealth, and that would kind of stop the isolate for a minute, but then try to isolate Shaak Ti, you can no longer stealth Master Kenobi, or Commander Tano, in this case as well, they're both attackers. You just get isolated, right? So JTR with the Wat tech is able to keep taunting in phase 3, so it does make that a lot easier, as well as because JTR and Wat are not eligible to be in the assist pool, or at the very least, I guess JTR should be, but Wat isn't, and JTR either being isolated or just keeping her tanky, I never really saw her assist, so I mean, unfortunately for that, that meant that for the most part we were able to keep our C-3PO assists consistent. For me, I still think that there's got to be a version of the team that uses OG Ahsoka as kind of a greedier version. I would definitely call JTR plus Wat the safe version. Right, if you think about this as just getting those stacks up as quickly as possible, there's got to be a version with OG Ahsoka that can get this down pat. Biggest problem that I had was, even before I had the Xian Zeta with some of the early testing that I did, Commander Tano was causing C-3PO to be ridiculously tanky, right? Because C-3PO gets protection up per buff. He gets a lot of buffs in this team, like 8 to 10 easily, and he gets the extra protection up per unique buff. So he was just, right, his health was just shooting through the roof. And this team, for the most part, only really has him, or sometimes Commander Tano, as an assist call. So it was kind of an elegant way to force C-3PO to assist sometimes where normally he wouldn't be, right? Because, like, if you call Commander Tano to assist, it's only really checking between Master Kenobi and C-3PO. So, real quick, I will show though, I did make a concerted effort to avoid giving C-3PO any extra health or protection where possible. I'm not going naked C-3PO. I did kind of decide that I do want him to be taking turns here proactively. Because it means that the locked protection will expire sooner, as well as, more basics, more cooldown reduction, that whole sort of thing. But you can see, was very careful, including skipping the circle entirely. We have a little bit of flat stats. I couldn't completely sidestep it, but just trying to keep him as low as possible, right? But JTR as well, I believe, because I do believe, it'd be awkward if I was wrong here, but I'm pretty sure on the unique, right? Yeah, it's checking for light side allies to assist, and so I'm glad I did this because I think it was the correct call. With like JTR, for example, maybe she is tanking for the team anyway, but I did give her some bulk stats where possible. Gave her some potency, honestly. she didn't really land it that much anyway. If she happens to get like a speed down on Nihilus, like, sure, I guess that could slow down and annihilate. Didn't really feel that impactful. JTR in this team, like, she can call C-3PO assist, but her job there is mostly just to be an evasion tank with the ramping mastery, with a tank tech, kind of serving the same role that Shakti does, right? But yeah, so other than that, I mean, yeah, you just speed and damage on Commander Tano and Master Kenobi, and nothing really too fancy to mention beyond that I can think of. Wat, I actually let Wat die in phase 1. I think that's actually better for the raid clear time, honestly, because otherwise he's just going to be, spamming basics? You don't really need that anyway. And yeah, I had him taunt for the Annihilate. He went down to 1 HP. Nihilus had AoE next turn. Wat died. It just made things even faster. So I actually kind of like that. I'm probably going to keep trying to do that if we're just going for fast raid clear times. Of course, we can't guarantee that your Wat will get the phase 1 event ability to get to eat the Annihilate. So we're going to have some runs where Wat stays alive, and that'll probably make it take a little bit longer. But other than that, yeah, I mean, speed, crit damage triangle, offense cross on Kenobi and Cat, and just, that's the wrong Kenobi. Yeah, I mean, I even went broken set because this is the only decently fast offense cross that I have. Not even on crit damage sets here, just speed. Very much the same idea for Cat, just get him fast, just keep him going. We scale all of our damage entirely off of taking turns. Don't necessarily worry. I mean, add the primaries if you can. But all we're trying to do here is go fast. As well as, I mean, Cat does ramp crit chance with her mastery, but some of these nukes we might be firing off before she's ramped all that much. The big question here you will see in this run, we got a 20-minute clear, and we overkilled each wave by almost double. So we're definitely going to be firing off these nukes a little bit earlier. I don't think it's that harmful to assume that sneaking in a little bit of crit chance for her special couldn't really hurt, but it's, with ramping mastery like this, it's kind of hard to calculate just because it's firing off so many times. I would assume from it happening so many times that she should be fine, but I mean, it's either crit chance or offense, right? And because we're ramping so much mastery, even additions like offense aren't really making that big of a difference because we're gaining so much relatively anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get into the run. I'm not going to do a guide or commentary here. I would like to try a little bit more. Plus, I think we can get this a lot faster. This was kind of just my first chill run attempt. I went in blind. I didn't even look at the original JTR Wat comp. I just wanted to see how we could do starting from scratch. And yeah, I think a 15-minute clear, easily possible within this. I actually think if you're going full sweaty and you kind of have the practice, when the nuke is baked enough, I'd actually bet that you could get this down to like 12 minutes or even 10 if you're really going crazy. But that also might require like Wat being done, right? It's all weird, but this is really cool. This is exciting stuff to me. So let's get to it.